Hello, friends. Let's continue with Lucky by Troschke. I'll keep reading from the second part. Okay, so where are we? Aaron has now managed to get into the Frank Elsner Masterclass, a school for presenters. So, to everyone who reached out after Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, in addition to those, I also received the offer to attend the masterclass at the newly founded presenter school by Frank Elsner. Since I always wanted to work as a presenter, I accepted the offer and was very happy about it. The training was set to begin in March 2013, and I hoped it would help me appear more professional and improve my pronunciation. Frank Elsner's son Thomas was supposed to run the school and take care of the young talents. They no longer began their careers at radio stations like Günther Jauch, Thomas Gottschalk, Jörg Pilawa, or Johannes B. Kerner. First started out in daily television talk shows before they were allowed to host major entertainment shows. Or, like my idols Stefan Raab or Oliver Poker, they didn't make a positive impression on music television before taking over their own shows. Instead, they became successful and stood out on the internet. Web television had meanwhile become an almost unlimited field for good new talent, and this was recognized at the Axel Springer Academy. Frank Elsner also answered the question in an interview about whether you could actually learn to be a television star. 20% must have been given to you by the good Lord. The rest can be learned. I wanted to learn the rest during this 6-month training at the presenter's school, but there was still some time before it would begin. I handled all the requests I got after appearing on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and there were really a lot of them between September and December 2012. But then I experienced something that you have to be aware of. When you're in the media industry, you can fade away almost as quickly as you appear as a star in the television sky. I was on the talk show Marcus Lance 3 times in total, and everything went well. I did radio. I was on various year-in-review shows. At RTL is Year in Review, I met Günther Jauch again, which made me very happy. He had also called me before and asked, "How are you? Are you handling all the media hype about yourself well? Don't let it get you down. Stay the way you are." Mats Hummels was also invited to the RTL Year in Review show. His wife saw me on the studio tour. I told Mats, "Look, there's Aaron." The top soccer player was very happy to see me. At the after-show party, the two of them told me that when they were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, they had been rooting for me. That made me really happy. Mats Hummels is a great guy who did everything right in life, except choosing Bayern over Hertha. But when I went to the first Wetten Das show as agreed, I wasn't picked up from the airport as we had arranged. The staff had simply forgotten about me. They had completely forgotten that I was coming. After the show, Marcus Lance told me he hadn't had time to include me as planned. Of course, that was a shame because stepping into the spotlight on Wetten Das would have been another great honor for me. After the show, I had to find my own way to the airport. I once said in an interview later, all of a sudden you're out of the picture, you have to deal with that. In December 2012, only 3 months after my Who Wants to Be a Millionaire appearance, I was nearly out and had to learn to handle it first. Christmas was approaching, people were busy, and in January, the new season of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here began. The Jungle Camp aired on television and all the media covered it. Whether or not you liked the Jungle Camp, it was the main topic from January 2013. I'd never enter the Jungle Camp, unless I got $1 million. Then I'd do it just like Jürgen Milski. Back then, one of the camp residents was Joey Heindel, who from then on became a national favorite for many people. From then on, I was totally out of the picture. Fortunately, during the time when I was still a hot topic in the media, I also received a call from someone at Sony Music. And the offer, I met him at the airport. The last one, I also met with him at the airport last time. met a microphone to come to me. Besides, I still had my bakery, did a show at Spree Radio, and the training at the Frank Elsner Moderators School was also about to begin. I told Thomas Elsner that I would be building a YouTube channel with Sony music, and apologized that I would probably not be able to attend classes as often because of that. Elsner told me to choose between Sony and his school. I had already chosen Sony, but I still went to a few more classes. Sony's request arrived in November 2012, but it took until June 2013 for all the contracts for the YouTube channel I was supposed to build to be finalized. My first YouTube shoot was an interview with my hero Bud Spencer, so the circle closed for me with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, in which I, because I admired this actor so much, wore the Bud Spencer t-shirt, and with which everything started for me. I've met great people through my work on YouTube so far. I'm especially grateful to Felix and Luca for believing in me and Hey Aaron from the start. The first year when I had a contract with Sony was pretty slow. Because, for example, at that time there was still a production company that used up most of the budget. Later, things were different, and I was under contract with Sony until 2017 and very happy about it. In the meantime, I'm working with another partner. Hey Aaron! Back then, it happened that I couldn't manage it for 14 days because of all the other work. In my shop, bacon snack, or bacon snack, or bacon snack, I don't know, I'll just say bacon snack, sack and pack. Bacon crap, no. Back then, with all my other work, I sometimes went 14 days without stopping by or helping at my shop bake and snack. When I finally checked back, the coffee machine was broken and repairs would cost 1,500 euros. The next day, the cocoa machine also stopped working. What happened to me is probably what happens to most owners who aren't in their shops every day. My bakery had suffered greatly from my absence, so I should have taken better care of it again. Someone once said that you have to pay attention to everything in life, to love just as much as to the things you own. If not, they break. I like that statement because it's true. I had just signed the annual contract with Sony. I also wanted to continue accepting good offers in the media and tried to keep attending classes in the Masterclass at the Presenters School. How was I supposed to manage all that under one roof? On top of that, my brother, who had helped me in the bakery, got a good offer as a fitness trainer and physiotherapist on one of the AIDA ships, which he really wanted to accept. So we considered leasing out the shop or even selling it. We placed an ad, and since the numbers we provided were proof of how well the bakery had been doing, we found a buyer relatively quickly. So, if you want to know what happened to the bakery, what happened to Aaron, and in general, how lucky ends, please go ahead and buy this book by Aaron Troschke for the modest price of 279.53 euros at Aaron Troschke. Hey Aaron, Backshop Online. Right now. Why isn't my book advertised here? Oh well.